And we're live there. Let's do this.
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Okay, you ready, lady?
Yeah.
I forget the number of these. Is this podcast number 4?
Well, the one was your announcement.
Right. And then
that-
how many have
I
we
don't
done
really
since then?
count that as a
Well, you were on
podcast.
it. You were on it. So it was a podcast,
So
so
this
it
is-
counts.
This is, well, the third official Foley podcast, but 4 if you count that.
I say we count it because you were on it.
Okay.
So how's everybody doing? You good? It sure is nice to wake up and having sunshine. Sure. You know what's really nice is waking up at 7:20 in the morning. Thank you very much. As you know, I'm retired from morning drive, and it's the greatest thing ever. New show starting noon to 3, and sometime in March, looks like around March 10th, unless God changes it all up. I'll be on 100.7 The Ticket, and it'll be about sports, news, politics, drama, daily life,
Drama.
all kind of whatever, kind of like the 5:30 Club was, no real rules. And who knows, maybe the lovely and talented Sharon will be joining us on that show as well. Or maybe,
Or maybe not.
or maybe not. Anyway,
Because I am spent from Monday. Still.
wait a minute. You're spent from Monday.
Monday's podcast.
Okay. Explain what that means.
Just-
Spent. I wore you out.
It just like, my heart is just heavy about it all. I don't even know about all of it. I don't.
Is your heart
I-
heavy because you're worried for the country? Is your heart heavy because of the abuse our president is getting? Or is it something else?
Well, I don't like to talk politics except with like you or close friends
Why?
because relationships are more important to me than ending relationships because you're lined different politically. Because it never, ever used to be that way, really, ever. But that's social media for you, right?
Yeah. No, that's what social media has done. It's given the idiots a platform.
So
That's what it is.
I choose, not really ever to talk about politics. I'll let people talk their side, but I am pretty reserved, honestly, unless it's you
Well,
or
yeah,
close
that
or very close friends.
yes, and then that's I think we worry about what people say about us or what people are going to think about us. It's like, oh, what if my family hears about this? Or, what are they going to think of me? They know that I lean this way politically. I
But
think that is because you don't know how they're going to react. And
See, I'm just like both sides. If like this side's got great ideas and not so good ideas, this side's got good ideas, not so good ideas. Let's work as a team and do what's best for the country. And that will never happen. And that's just, it's really too bad.
yeah,
And maybe I'm just trying to make this life heaven and it's not. But the other part of that too, I guess, and all of it is, as someone who, how long have we been married?
25 glorious years on September 9th of this
And
year.
we dated for how many before that?
4 years.
Okay. So as someone who has been married to a public person, who has made some decisions and choices against my better wishes and hopes and pleas. No, and I'm just
Which is
being
why she
honest here.
Which is why she wasn't allowed to listen to the show.
I saw and I lived the hate. one particular was the billboard. And I found out about it because you were hiding it from me. And
Caitlyn
I asked
Jenner.
you not to do it because we had just moved back. It was a fresh new start. And lo and behold, you did it and didn't tell me. And then the hate that people had for you, they didn't even just want your job, they wanted you. And it was a national thing. And you told me, don't read the comments, don't read the comments. Well, it's like, look away, look away. Well, you can't look away. I had to
did.
look at the
I did look.
comments for a day, and then I chose to look away. But people were downright nasty and mean. And I'm like, they don't even know you. They don't know you as a person. They don't know your heart. I mean, people are judging you by what you did. And I don't know. That was just a hard for the kids, for me. So I have empathy for someone like Melania. Let's just say that, because she's a great, classy person. The kids are great, classy. So
Right.
Someone can't be all that bad, I guess is what I'm saying. And maybe just as true. Anyway, not going down that trail. Just want to kind of, but yeah. So my heart, I'm just a little still shaken, troubled inside. I don't know.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
A couple of comments. Please put your questions, comments in the comment section. Obviously, we'll see them and address them as long as we see them. Rick says, Den man, we miss you in the morning drive, but glad you are happy waking up later and not waking up at 3 a.m. No, Mo.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I love that. Kevin says, the billboard is the first thing that came to mind, LOL. Maggie and I were just talking about that a few days ago, and I thought it was great. It was brilliant. It was funny. It was entertaining. The problem was it was right in the middle of cancel culture, and people came after me hard. I mean, there was a national campaign.
Oh my gosh. Calling
clients in Toledo, telling clients that you better not, advertise on his show or we're going to boycott you. These are people from all over the country
everywhere
doing this. And they were threats, but they weren't going to do anything. Well, when cancel culture was doing what it was doing back then, a lot of the clients panicked. And that's why, the boss freaked out and we took it down. It was parody. It was humor, and it was very funny. And I'll bet you if Caitlyn Jenner ever saw it, she would laugh thinking it was funny.
I'm just telling you as someone that didn't think it was funny.
Right.
It was hard to live through, and just being honest, not just for me, but for the kids too.
Okay.
So,
but
anyway,
if you wouldn't have looked at the comments, you'd have been better off.
Someone wants to know from Instagram, Lowmeyer75, what's the status of the disco?
The status is we are going to get down, get funky, get loose on Friday, June 6th, 2025, Hensville Park. Tickets should be going on sale sometime in March, probably around the time I return to the airwaves, if I do, but I don't know when I do. But tickets will go on sale in March, and you need to follow Little Blessings on their Facebook page or where else?
DennyRadio.
DennyRadio, of course. But I mean,
right.
There's an email you can send to.
It's disco@lbveterans.org, I believe, is the email.
Veteransoutreach.org.
Let me just pull it up.
All right. So there's an email address that you can email right now, and you will have first opportunity to buy tickets before the public.
Right.
Okay.
You get notified when the tickets go on sale, I believe.
I believe you actually get a week before everybody else.
Well, I believe that. No, I don't know.
And that's the way it's supposed to be set up. So while you're looking for that, let me just play this clip that I love from Charles Barkley when it comes to cancel culture and social media and the internet. The great Charles Barkley, ladies and gentlemen.
I hate social media. I think that's where losers go to feel important.
Boom.
I hate social media. I think that's where losers go to feel important.
But every celebrity goes to social media. So
anyway, okay. So what do you got?
It's pre-register. So you can email to be put on a list to be notified when the tickets go on sale. Disco@lbveterans.org. as in Larry, B as in blessings. Oh, little blessings. VeteranOutreach.org. Disco at lbveteranoutreach.org. There you go.
I wonder if that works because I believe it's Little Blessings Veterans Outreach. We'd have to look
This
it up.
is right from Ken and
I know mistakes
Jamie.
can be made. Try it on your phone. Mine's on Do Not Disturb. Anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what. Someone try it, and if it doesn't work, comment.
Yep.
But that came straight from them. So
let's see. Kevin says,
send a request
it's been
to
a
me.
long time ago. What did the billboard say? Pastor Steve Bowerly, former pastor, retired. Dude, we'll talk about it Saturday. Okay. It's old news.
Shannon from California says hi, guys.
Hey, what's up, Shannon? Haven't heard from her in a while. All right. You want to talk
She
about
comments every time.
She used to be huge on my show back in the day, and then about the last 6 months to a year, she dropped off the face of the earth.
Well, she lives out in the West Coast, but she's been commenting like on every podcast. She's been very involved, very active.
On this,
I got you,
but
Shannon.
like I said, she disappeared for a while for about the last year of my actual radio show, which you were not a part of, so you wouldn't know. I don't know why you're defending her. She doesn't need to be defended. It's nice to have you back. Okay.
Salty. Okay. Carry on with
Well,
your
no,
conversation.
you're coming.
I'm just sitting here for
You're
support.
being critical of me saying things when you don't have to be. I got your back. What does that mean, girl? I got your back, girl. What does that mean? Oh, I just made a comment. She was not part of the radio show. She was very involved in the radio show. She came to a disco party from California. She came. But the last year of the radio show, I believe her schedule got changed. So she was non-existent. So it's nice to have her back. See, this is the challenge of doing something like this with your significant other. Would you agree?
What's about it?
Yeah, I'm going to move on. Anywho,
You're a little salty today. It was even
okay. Now,
before.
who are you to be the arbiter of giving a
saltiness?
grade of my saltiness? Who is that? I'm in a great mood. I'm getting great sleep, although I have a little chest thing. I'm going to lunch today with my man, Brian Kratz, over at Sidelines. We're talking about his store and more, writing some new commercials for them, and the golf show's coming up. He owns Crooked Creek, and he owns, of course, oh my gosh, Cherrywood. And then later on, I am signing my LLC. So DennyRadio will be an official LLC. And I'm having a cigar with my boy, Rick Clare from Fan Club. So this is a good day. And then hopefully you and I squeeze a walk in. So I guess my question is, what could I possibly be salty about?
I don't know. It's just toward me.
It's not towards you.
Shannon, can we just get on with the show? Shannon says, I
This is
listen
the
to
show.
the podcast every day. Well, I don't like the show. I listen to the podcast every day. I just couldn't get up at 3 a.m. to listen live. Happy to be here.
There you go. Nice to have her around. All right. Let's see.
Shem left.
Let's see where this goes. From the front page of the Blade today, I'm probably the only guy who reads it every day. Actually, I just peep it out, and then I go right to the sports section. I look at the front page, I look at the Metro, and then I go right to sports, and that's where I spend most of my time. See what's going on. Nice win last night for the University of Toledo men. I didn't think they were going to be able to pull it out, but they own OU. They've won like 10 straight years there. Anyway, and we're going to the game on Saturday. 2:00 on Saturday. Now, you're not going to respond or anything?
I'm pondering if I want to go with you. That's all. Carry on.
Okay. Genesis 3. Here's what I want. Pastor Steve. Genesis 3. Okay, look it up in the Bible. Right after the fall of man, when God's like, there's going to be hell to pay now. Here's what he said. He said, the snake, Satan, is going to slither on his belly his whole life. Women, there's going to be pain in childbirth. And man, me, there will be enmity between man and woman forever. What you're seeing is enmity between us two, there will be a struggle. There will be a battle. It will be ugly between man and woman.
That's what Steve referred to, your friend Steve.
Pastor Steve?
Monday's podcast.
Enmity, man. This
I
is what
didn't know
it is.
what he was talking about, but okay, now.
Enmity.
You guys talk about this every Saturday.
All right. Anyway, so no, we don't. It just things come up. Anyway, we talk about everything. Anyway, so on the front page of the Blade, speaking of University of Toledo, which I've always been a huge fan of UT. Family members have gone there. Always been a huge supporter. I did a couple disco parties there. Very involved, different golf tournaments over the years. Love it. Like I said, we're going to Saturday's game, 2:00. Front page of the Blade today. Both Bowling Green State University and Owens Community College have reported increases in the 2025 enrollment. University of Toledo, not so well. They didn't do so well, but they are. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. Toledo going down again with their enrollment. And they are spinning it in a way that I find interesting. But it's not all bad news for Toledo. According to the Vice President of Enrollment Management, UT has achieved the highest fall to spring retention rate on record with spring semester 2025 student enrollment. Okay, so what they're saying is enrollment's down again, and it's been going down for years, where Bowling Green and Owens has been going this way. They're saying, well, the kids that came in the fall stuck around for the spring. So we're taking that as a win. Even though enrollment was 13,513 students for spring. And let's see, they lost 438 students. So the spring count in 2025 was 13,513. The count in 2024, 13,951, so 438 students. The good news for UT, the retention, blah, blah, blah. So basically, they're spinning stats to make Toledo look good. Then you break it down, Bowling Green, they can see continued growth. They're up 4.7%. And Bowling Green, 18,793 students. Toledo has 13,000, so more than 5,000 students are going to Bowling Green over UT. And then Owens, their enrollment is up. Their best enrollment since 2017. 7,398 students. It's a 6.7 increase. Okay, so my question is this. Why is this continuing to happen? Why is the University of Toledo, every time we get numbers on a new semester, the numbers are continuing to go down? Do we know? Do you have a guess? Your thought, Sharon, go.
Well, I don't, because when I look at UT, I feel it has everything going for it. I mean, the campus alone, the beauty, the buildings, all of that. We lived away for almost a decade, supported UT, even during all of that time. But my question that I've always asked myself, and, I did not graduate from there, but it sure seems like they go through presidents a lot. And I can't understand, in just my little own private research, why do they hire people from out of town that I feel use it as a stepping stone to get a bigger gig, better pay gig, instead of hiring someone born and raised in Toledo, graduated from UT, has a love, a passion from UT, just someone like Mayor Wade, loves Toledo. I think he was born and raised here. Was he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's all in.
He went to UT.
Why isn't that happening at the university?
Well,
or has it? Maybe
it
has, but there's got to be someone that has graduated from UT that is, what's the word I'm thinking of? Qualified.
Yeah.
to become the president and be proud of it and not use it as a stepping stone.
Okay, you said something that I believe is brilliant and
Oh.
I didn't think of.
Oh,
Mayor Wade, we found your job once you're done being the mayor of Toledo, okay? Because he's going to run again. He's going to get another 4 years.
okay.
President of the University of Toledo. He's perfect for that job, okay? He went there. Well, I think he also went to U of M, but anyway, that's a whole nother deal. But he is a huge cheerleader. He's wicked smart and he knows the history and knows the importance, and he wouldn't be chasing the next job like the last guy, Postal. Now, listen, I can't begrudge a guy for, wanting to make money. The president of Gregory Postal earned $541,216. And in August of 23, they approved a 2% raise. He left University of Toledo to become senior vice president for health affairs, dean of College of Medicine at the University of Cincinnati. $1.35 million. Now, listen, I can't begrudge a guy for that. You go where the money is. We went to, I took the gig in Atlanta because the money was more than double I was making in Toledo. So I did it. I rolled the dice. And it is what it is. So University of Toledo, 541,216. Right now, BGSU's president, Rodney Rogers, makes 526.60. And then he got a 15% bonus of 77 grand. So I don't think it's the pay. I think that's a lot of money. And they get housing.
$500,000.
They get housing. They're housing. They got the UT mansion in Ottawa Hills. So it's not that. It's like you said, it's people that aren't from here who are basically using it as a stepping stone, chasing the next job. Now, listen, that's when you got a mid-major college, just like in sports. Coaches come here for a while. They take off. Nick Saban was here for crying out loud in football. Okay. Gary Pinkel comes to mind. Coaches all the time. The Lady Rockets coach last year, I forget her name. Anyway, she moved on to a bigger school. I think she went to University of Miami down in Florida.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but the coach, I think it's Bodges. She's wonderful. I think I don't think Toledo's missing much at all, especially when, first year coach. Anyway, so I don't think it's the pay. I don't think it's the revolving door of the president, but like you, I'd like to see, somebody there. And speaking of the president, what's taken so long for them to name the new president? Matthew Schroeder, he was named interim president, University of Toledo, during a special board meeting October 29th of 2024. So we're coming up on a year.
He's an alumnus.
Yes.
So why could he just, maybe he doesn't want to be the president? That's the other thing. Do people locally, have they turned it down? I don't know. Because from what I know in my working out in the world, by the way, Jeff Smith, journalist.
Yeah.
Checking in. Great to hear and see you both. He's jealous on Instagram.
Nice.
But anyway.
Love Jeff.
If you are qualified enough to be the interim, aren't you qualified enough to be fill the actual job?
He's got experience here. He spent his career serving the institution. His vision for UToledo to be the regional force powering opportunities to learn, care, work, and play. He spent his career serving UToledo in leadership roles across the university in finance, administration, fundraising operations. For 4 years, he was President Sharon Gaber, who left for a bigger, more expensive gig.
Yeah, I remember her, of course.
Anyway, he was leading strategic priorities and overseeing government relations and the university response to critical issues. He's got the experience. My question is, well, let me play. Can I play some audio for you? Check this out. This is, hold on. Let me remember how to do this. Here is a clip. Speaking of Jeff Smith, this is from Channel 13 or 11.
Research is on for the University of Toledo's 19th president. The UT Board of Trustees say They're looking for someone who is committed to the institution's values, who can generate enthusiasm on campus and take the university to a higher level of achievement and recognition. A presidential search committee chaired by board of trustee members, the presidential profile committee, and external members will be selecting the next leader. The board's goal is to have the next president in place before the fall.
Okay, so here's the question. This guy's been in since May of last year. Okay. Why is it taking? Oops. I was afraid that was going to happen. Stand by. There we go. Oh, there's the old one. Anyway, so here's my question. Why are they taking so long? Why is it taking so long to name somebody? The interim's been in there for almost a year. Why don't you name him? What are you waiting on?
I can't answer that question.
All right, now maybe it's the parking, or maybe it's tuition. I don't think it's tuition because they're pretty close. Cost of credit hour in Toledo is $506.67. Taking 12 or fewer credit hours. $896.67 for students taking 19 or more credit hours. Why would they charge more if you take more credit hours? Wouldn't you get a little discount? I don't know.
Yeah.
BG, it's $480 per credit hour. Owens, it's $193 per credit hour, which is why a lot of people go to Owens for 2 years, knock out all this, the stuff, and do it in half the cost. I don't think it's that. And I know this is something that I've harped on before. And this is why I couldn't do this story when I was on RQN. I couldn't do the story because University of Toledo is an advertiser and corporate influence. And that's the beauty of the next radio show and doing this podcast is we have no interference other than enmity.
Jeff Smith is giving us a YouTube video on Instagram, but I'm not sure what it is. I think he might have done something on a show, a newscast about it.
Well, he does Leading Edge. So
that was one of the. Yeah.
All right. Well, could it be the parking? Listen, the parking, I know this seems silly, but for, let's see, University of Toledo, it's $142 per semester. And for the year, they just double that up to $284. Okay. $284 for a year. Bowling Green, it's $135 for the year. That's it. And I don't believe Bowling Green demolished their biggest parking structure and then didn't add new parking spots. So we know people that went there, and one of the biggest pains in the butt was every day trying to find a parking spot so they could go to class that they're paying for.
Well, I think there was minimal notice or no notice that they were demolishing that parking garage, which was how many tiers? 5?
3 or 4.
Okay. So they completely demolished that. So it just left the surface underneath. And then there wasn't enough parking spaces. So then students were parking wherever they could, and then they were getting ticketed. So it was just mismanagement, not management, unmanagement, bad management. I don't know. So.
By the way, at Owens, it's free. Parking's free.
I remember reading maybe a year or two ago. I think it was actually when I was on LinkedIn. People that had gone to the university were chiming in, giving their thoughts about the University of Toledo is not near downtown Toledo, like a lot of college towns are. So they were talking about how can you fix that, because at this point, you really can't pick up the University of Toledo campus and move it to downtown.
Right.
And if you did move the UT downtown, what would you do with the campus? Because it is a beautiful, beautiful campus.
I don't think the location is the problem. I think.
But when you think about that, think about Bowling Green and some of these other comparable college towns. They are right by the downtown.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's thriving. And then that would also help downtown.
Yeah.
With students down there all the time, with restaurants, with lodging, with laundromats, every grocery stores, all of that stuff.
Is it possible that tenured professors aren't really doing their job and the quality of education is not that good?
Maybe in some departments.
I said it, people. I said it.
Big news, hit it.
Actually, that's what.
We'll do it.
No, that's not it either. Here it is. There it is. I'm rusty. I haven't been on the air in a while. I forgot where my drops are. Is it possible? And here's the reason I bring this up, okay? Like I said, we've known a number of people that have gone to University of Toledo. Of course, I went to Owens, and I was valedictorian in my computer class in the 90s. Just want you to know that. Anyway, so I know somebody who went to the University of Toledo, and it was their sophomore year, and they were meeting with their professor, who the professor was, well, it was a little suspect, because when I would talk to this person about, how's it going in college? Are you getting along? Is it, whatever? Well, my professor, for the first half hour of every class, all they talk about is their ailments and all these things that, and all this drama in their life, and hardly get around to teaching the class. And I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. This professor was also their advisor, and they were meeting with said advisor in the sophomore year, at the beginning of the sophomore year. And the advisor said, oh, I thought you were in this department for this degree. I didn't know you were. Anyway, the advisor had this person take classes that they didn't have to take. So they paid money for classes they didn't take because their professor / advisor didn't know what degree this student was going for. Now, is it possible that there are others like this professor and advisor that aren't really focused on education? All they're focused on is tenure. They can't be fired, and they're making a lot of money. Anyway, discuss in the comments. Anything you'd like to add? Do you have any stories about people that went to UT?
No, I know that the advisor was on sabbatical the first year, but so someone else had to take it over. But yeah,
that's how they found out.
But the thing is, because then our friend was an entire year behind,
right,
in specific classes
because the advisor didn't do their job.
Right. Yeah. I have a friend who teaches there, and she's nothing like that. So.
Yeah, who knows? All right, let's see. Oh, Stash on the radio. Nurse Terry. No, they have not named president yet. Denny, I'm really sad for the school because, let's see, it's a great school. It's hard to market it outside of this area. I moved here and I love it. It's sad. It's hard to get people's attention about Toledo. Meredith Party Rental Rob says, how much has to do with people going into the trades rather than getting a degree from a college.
But if Bowling Green's numbers are up, then no, that wouldn't apply, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Bowling Green numbers are up, and they've been going up, and Owens is up. So Tommy Outwell, you the man. Enrollment in a lot of schools is declining for two reasons: increasing tuition, and most people are deciding that a college education is beginning to have less value in regards to starting salaries. I agree. It does have. I mean, you're seeing that more and more and more. But the issue is then why is Bowling Green's enrollment continue to going up in Owens and Toledo's is going down? Overall, yes. Enrollment in college across the country is going down. But I'm just talking about locally. Let's see. Herbie, I've been told by students at UT as a learning institution, it's chaotic and the campus culture is less welcoming than others. There's people like that advisor at every school, says Chad. Francis says, yes, Denny, one rationale for the fall in student enrollment could be the instability of leadership at the top. However, the criteria for presidency at a metropolitan university are far more than being a resident of Toledo. All right. And let's see. And by that way, UT provides exemplary education for its students. So UT's programs are sounder than many institutions of higher learning. Well, then why are their numbers going down, Francis? The criticism leveled against UT can be made against any comparable institution. That's Francis. Okay, well, let's compare it. Bowling Green, University of Toledo, 30 miles apart. Matt colleges. Bowling Green has 5,000 more students enrolled right now as we speak. Prices are similar, except for parking. Why is Toledo enrollment continues to go down and Bowling Green is going up? Anyway, thank you, Herbie. I'm just glad to be back on the airwaves. All right. Anything else you want to mention?
Bakery Unlimited gave a shout out.
No. The print's so small. That's why I'm
Well,
just
and
like,
I can't see it way over there,
Well,
but I leaned over it.
okay.
There. So, I mean, the thing is look, like we prefaced,
Preface.
we love the University of Toledo.
We do. We're going
We
Saturday.
Followed it for the 10 years we were away. We toured it, in person, toured Bowling Green in person. And I mean, I want to see it succeed, as I know
I do
that
too.
you do.
I do.
Because it has a lot going for it.
It does. All right. Anything else you want to mention on this before I play the reaction video? I got a reaction video, and it's about school.
Is it?
It is. All
And
right.
where did you find this little ditty?
Rob Nappy, quasi producer for the show. Let's see. Let me go.
Hey, listen up, you guys. Let's talk about the vocab bowl. I know we're.
Okay, so let me just back this up for a second.
Oh, you just turn the volume down.
I did?
Yeah, the little blue button is the backup. See the little blue right there? You got to touch that, pull it back.
All right. So this is a teacher. I forget where this dude's from. Anyway, he's trying to motivate his kids, and they're high school kids. He's trying to motivate them to, their vocabulary words, and they're in competition with other schools. So it's a little unorthodox. And well, here, let me play the clip, and you tell me what you think. Here we go.
Hey, listen up, you guys. Let's talk about the vocab bowl. I know we're winning right now, but I want to expand our lead. Ashe County Middle School is closing the gap. So to motivate you, I've gotten us a mascot. Stand by. Stand by. This is Buck. Buck, the vocab mascot, to encourage you to do your bucking vocab. If you don't do your bucking vocab and we lose the vocab bowl, I kill the dog.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna kill the dog. Of course, obviously it's a bit.
Well, I know, but you know darn well people are like, oh my gosh.
Well, some people
Outraged.
Some people didn't think it was funny. I find it funny. And here he is speaking out after this.
Oh, he had to do a follow-up because of the people that were mad?
What?
And take off the Larry Lexicon glasses. It's me, guys. It's Mr. Price. Maybe you saw it in the tabloids, but people are pretty upset because I threatened to kill a puppy. I would never. I'm a grown man with a cat tattoo on my arm, for crying out loud. I would never hurt anything, any animal. You can't listen to this Larry Lexicon guy or take him seriously. Having said that, did you guys enjoy it when the dogs came to visit? Yeah. Good, because here they are. Hey, guys!
Oh my gosh, I want one. They're so cute.
You can have one when I die.
No, I don't want one. I want one and I don't want one. I just want to be over to people's houses that have them.
There
Oh,
you
they got a
go.
little puppy breath right
Everybody loves a puppy. All right.
there.
Not
Gosh,
sure.
but that's the difference.
I'm not sure what I just did.
That's,
There we are.
but I mean, that's just.
All right. Let me Why is that not removing? There we go. Now it's back to us. All right. So his sunglasses were his, or his glasses were his like alias and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I thought it was entertaining and it was kind of school oriented. But see, here's the thing. Cancel culture could have went after that dude,
Well, it sounds like they kind of did.
but they didn't win. They didn't remove him. People realized it was a joke, kind of like the billboard.
Well, you could see that his students like him and respect him.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell that just from that short video clip. And you know what?
What?
He looks like the kind of person that we need in education and teaching. And
Yes.
it's just, this is what I have a love-hate relationship with social media. Because now this guy's got to do a follow-up of, oh my gosh, I would never kill the puppy.
Well, but then he brought the puppies, and the puppies were just adorable. You know what I mean?
Well, it was adorable in the first.
It
I know.
was until
I
he
know.
threatened to kill it. All right, just remember this about social media.
I hate social media. I think that's where losers go to feel important.
There you go.
So Charles Barkley is never on social media. He doesn't ever post anything on social
I
media.
have no idea. I would be surprised if he did. I mean,
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
I don't know. I love Chuck. He's
Well, I do too. He's funny.
He is. He's absolutely awesome. All right, last couple of comments. Could it be Toledo's crime while the enrollment's down? Says Art. No. Toledo, University of Toledo crime is pretty much non-existent. Okay. Lucas County property taxes. Parents can't afford college. Let's see. When Jesus comes back, half of the people would find fault with the horse he rides in on.
Well,
I love it, Tommy.
well,
It's funny.
wait, go back to the Lucas County taxes. What is that?
Lucas County property taxes are criminal. Parents can't afford college.
Oh, I see what she's saying.
Well, they can afford it at Bowling Green. And it's virtually the
that's
same
Wood-
price
that's-
except for parking.
Well, that's Wood County though.
It's the same. It's similar
And
prices,
the thing is
babe.
like, you know, like we don't live in Lucas County. But when we toured Bowling Green at the, you know, I raised my hand and I asked the question if they reciprocate just over the state line of Michigan, because I had been told that Bowling
Right.
Green used to.
Right.
And the answer at that time was no. And it was $7,000 or $8,000 right off the bat just for housing.
No.
Because who wants their 18-year-old to be driving 75 in the winter going down to Bowling Green in the mornings,
Right.
you know?
All right.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm, you know, one of those overprotective parents. But anyway, but we just were told that they now reciprocate again.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know if they do.
you know,
We're empty nesters. It don't matter. Well, it kind of does. We still got one on the payroll. All right. And Tommy says maybe BG and Owens have programs. UT doesn't. My daughter goes to Owens because they have dental hygiene and UT doesn't offer that. Well, Tammy, I'm sorry. Tammy, that's a good point. Maybe UT needs to look at, you know, all the degrees they're offering. I think that could be part of the issue as well. You know,
I mean, we know that their engineering school is
amazing.
hands down.
I
one
wanted
of the
Josh.
best.
I wanted Josh to go there. I wanted Josh to go to UT.
Yeah.
I would have taken UT over Michigan every day of the week.
I know my paycheck would have.
Yeah, it's for dang sure. But they don't have aerospace engineering. But I couldn't convince them to do something else. Anyway, there you go, people. We're gonna wind this one up. What are we doing on Friday? Friday. Do we have a discussion topic for Friday? More enmity?
I don't.
No?
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll try to come up with something, being it's Friday. Or, I mean, you can always comment of anything you want us to talk about or, you know, whatever. And
These are topics. Like if we don't have something to really talk about,
okay.
we'll pull from this bowl and we'll talk whatever we pull out on. How about that?
What are some of the topics? How about,
You know what some of the topics are.
all right. How, can I put one in? How about empty nesting and your sex life? Can we put that in there?
Go ahead.
We can talk about that. It'd be a short conversation, but
I don't change.
anyway. All right, there you go, people. Thank you for putting up with us, and we'll see you on Friday. Friday.